add anything onto your piece of whatever you're working on, you can add that onto there. So scrap pieces are like, for us.
Also, in a case like this, where there are multiple of us building, pitching in for one group mass foam run is makes it a whole lot more economical, even though it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing here, the last time when I made the patterns, I also added some registration marks so I know where everything is supposed to line up. And so I'm transferring those
I see
over
what you're
real
doing.
quick.
Yeah. So you're going more for the very pointed, tall helm and so forth like that. Kind of almost looks like a cone head. I'm just saying.
Cone head. I see. All right, now this was...
If there was ever a movie to define our friendship, Chris, it would be Coneheads. That's what I say. You know, where they just kind of...
Yeah. Are you done with your pieces
I'm almost done! I'm cutting!
Alright, so the other thing that I'm going to do is I only made one side of the helm, because the other side is going to be the same thing in reverse. So, this is the front right. I'm going to label my piece front right. That way, later on, I'm remembering what is what. It should be pretty obvious, but it's better safe than sorry. I'm just going to flip it over and do the other side. La-da-da. Now, as Jeff starts finishing with the helm pieces over there, because we're using that and it made that Magneto-looking helm totally not copyright in any way, shape, or form. Because it made
added your own design into it, so it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that make sure I get my lines here.
It's very difficult to cut with a box cutter, but I got all 4 of my pieces.
But if he needs to do any alterations, he can do alterations of the pattern itself. So my registration marks were on one side and not the other, so I'm carefully looking at.
All right, Chris. So I went ahead
over here.
and oh dear, I think I got this. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so now would you want me to go ahead and take a marker and start? How
Actually,
would you like me to do this?
pick out. Well,
horns.
Let me finish what I'm doing here, and I will cut this part of the foam out and let you keep cutting from the same direction.
Okay, and I'm gonna kind of look at the horns that you got on here. I really like the designs that they have. They're very detailed and everything. I mean, well, they can be very detailed in the end, but this is really neat.
I probably should have brought you a picture of what all the patterns look like once they're assembled.
Oh, I can already visualize what these look like. So they got ram horns, thick horns, long horns. Go Longhorns, UT. That's and they even got curved horns, or they just got some spiky horns. So I'm really, the way I really want to go with my troll here, I'm almost, thinking, Longhorns are fun, but, man, those are really, really long horns. Oh, or I want spiky horns. Spiky horns are a little bit smaller. The curved horns look kind of neat. The thick horns, there's, what's going on here? I'm a little confused. So, we're looking at the thick horns.
Yeah, they're these are filler pieces.
Let's take a look over here on the camera.
They're all labeled.
So let me show you what everyone sees this. So these are what the thick horns look like right here, and then we got some curved horns. The long horns I really actually am kind of inspired by. This is pretty detailed, but I'm not sure if it's exactly what I want to go for. But the spiky horns are pretty short. And you got the ram horns. Ram horns, I see a lot of. So when I work at the Renaissance Fair, I see a lot of people that play like goblins or trolls or something like that, or even barbarians. They actually have it to where there's, pretty, like, usually you see the ram horns. I want to be a little bit different from everyone else. I want to be a little bit more unique than what everyone else does. So I think I might go for the long horns. I might, but those can get a little crazy. Then I might go for the curve horns. You know what? I think I'm going to just go for the thick horns. Let's go ahead and try that. So for the thick horns, go ahead and start cutting it out of the paper, correct?
Yeah. Get all your pieces cut out. I am almost done with the big sheet of foam. I'll cut this off.
I can definitely see that you're using every single piece that you possibly can. That is really nice. You're going to have some scrap pieces too, which you can probably put some like indents and like structure it around your helmet.
Let's see.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. So if anyone's just tuning in now, we've been absent for about we've been kind of gone for the last 2 weeks.
We haven't been absent.
Well, I have. I've been out of town working on a whole bunch of stuff because we have real lives and so forth like that. But now we're back in action. This is a lot of fun, and you know what? It's Pride Month, so I'm wearing my Pride shirt because I can't find my white shirt anywhere or my helmet because a squirrel broke into.
Because you know just how hard it is to find white shirts, just plain white T-shirts.
Hey!
It's not like we could just go to the store and come up with a white T-shirt. It's not like white is a T-shirt that people use every single day, everywhere.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you say that again?
All right, so.
All right, so let's see. We're going to do this. So I really like how we're going with detail. It's just like little step by step, and it's just.
Here's another thing to note. While I'm cutting this out, I still have my original sketch nearby, so that I can kind of keep an eye on that and to what it is that I'm aiming for.
It's funny because my sketch was actually going to go for ram horns, but I decided to do a little bit different. I think this is going to be more fun doing this way. It's very difficult to cut with a box cutter on these, but I like the precise precision because I can't cut on the lines at all. So we're going to go ahead and put those there. I don't want to get these all confused. So, all right.
I didn't put enough emphasis into my cut here.
Uh-oh.
To release it
so
now.
you just kind of like edged it a little bit. We'll see what happens. Let's see.
It's all right. Now, there you go.
Yeah.
Now start on this end and, use as much as you can.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'll start cutting these out.
I'm just going to set this down here.
When we have cutters, I went ahead and grabbed us some brand new blades here. I really need to find a sharpener is what I really need. But what I'm going to do when I cut these is I'm going to try and keep it at 90-degree angle as much as possible. And even though we are rushed for time, I'm going to go smooth through.
And for the viewers at home, make sure anytime you're working on any kind of project, no matter what it is, how big or how small, always take your time. Don't rush it through because you want whatever you're working on, you want it to be perfect. You don't want it to be coming out as like some little garbage looking like thing because I've done that before.
I'm cutting the blade all the way through the foam, and I'm trying to make one nice smooth cut every time that I cut it.
How thick is this foam? This is about
10
half
millimeter.
10, okay. Nice. So, see, this is a scrap.
Now, SKS Props did have some that's thinner like that black piece that we had, but since I already had that from some other craft projects, I didn't really need it. I did get another goodie from SKS Props, and we'll play with that at a later episode. All right. Almost done. Oh, I've got to connect my band here. My band
is where I'm going to have a halo of vines and stuff. So I'm keeping it in the
so you're
onto the pattern.
Okay, cool. I what I want to do with mine, I want to put like a spider web effect kind of draping down. So I'm looking forward to when we get into that, and that's gonna definitely deal with hot glue. We all know how I am with hot glue. My fingers will never forgive me. I still have scars from hot glue.
Yeah. One piece ready.
Hot glue.
Oh, and last time when I made a pattern, I made kind of a 3D shape of the helm in order to pattern off of. And I kept that. I threw away all of the aluminum foil and stuff that I was using to make the pattern piece, and since I have those now. But I kept the underlying structure, so as I put this together, I can actually prop it onto something that I know it should fit as we go through in our decorating.
Okay.
It's almost like I was thinking ahead.
How ahead are you? More ahead than I, that's for sure. But you're the master craftsman, so that makes a lot of sense. Alright, I did my best trying to stay in these lines with this box cutter. But hey, it's alright. It doesn't matter. It's going to be okay. Alright, so Chris, I went ahead and I got all this done here. I am not going to use any of the other horns. What do I do now?
So
that's right, foam.
The other horn. So as you're cutting pieces out, I've got a couple of manila envelopes here. As you cut them out, put what you can with the pattern pieces in each envelope. So you can put all the rest of the horns with the cutout horn in one labeled horns. That way it's real easy to see.
It.
Now, as you do that, make sure you're cutting 2 out flipped.
Oh,
because those pattern pieces are for a half a helm.
Okay, so we got the A. Oh, I see. So I want to do this, and then I want to do the other side. Got it.
Yeah.
There we go. I was a little confused for a second. I was like, what's going on? What's happening here?
That way, the pieces are symmetrical.
Symmetrical.
Using the big
say
words.
That 10 times fast. Symmetrical. I can't do that. I think this is right. Does that look right, Chris? Yeah, that looks off.
It's not going to be exactly straight.
Oh, okay. I'm like looking for this. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be okay. Cool. All right, we're just gonna just keep
bit
on.
of an angle.
It's
got an angle. It's working you at an angle.
I was confused.
Was confused.
And then you came in and saved the day. Thank you, Chris. Oh man, this is a very powerful like Sharpie. It's those fumes. Like, nope, not today. All right. So let's see. Here we go. Cool. All right. So how long? I know we were doing like 30-minute sets like that, but if we actually, took a day, how long in a day do you think this would take to build all this?
It would take you forever. Because first you have to show up.
Real life called for me, Chris. Real life is a thing, Chris. We've been friends for, God, how long have we been friends? Like 12 years
20 minutes.
I love you, Chris. I love you so much.
I don't know what happened before that.
You're such a punk. Alright.
The one thing I'm trying to get to is that before we get into putting them together, I also want to mold them a little bit. And hopefully I'll be able to do that with this one in just a minute. Because these pieces...
These look like butcher knives. Yeah, you just want to stab. Stabby stab. Stab.
Not while cutting.
Paper cut.
Oh, the paper cut. That's the worst part.
paper cuts are terrible. Horrible things. I hate them.
All right. Got a little bit of a weird bit there.
Yeah, you're telling me. Okay, let's, we'll just...
So these pieces are nice and flat, and once we put them together, the foam will be more of a round shape. But there's also a little bit of help that we can give it. And I will show you in just a moment as I finish getting this piece out.
One moment. So I want to make 2 pieces of everything, right?
Yes.
Okay.
2 pieces.
2 pieces of everything.
All right. So, in order to make this a little more rounded and helm shape, as opposed to just the curvature of the foam, I've got a heat gun. So what we're going to do...
How hot are you?
...is I'm going to warm it up, the top part, from behind a little bit. And when it gets nice and toasty, I'm going to give it a little bit of a bowl sort of shape. This pre-forming will help the whole thing go together better because all the pieces will be closer together to where we want.
Okay.
In fact, let me just kind of press it down over the helm a little bit. I don't need it to be crazy round. But
it helps.
There you go. You see how it's a lot more curved just on the top, which is exactly where I want it to end up being curved. And that curve may be just a little bit much for what we're doing with this particular helm, but as I glue on the other pieces, it'll help kind of bring it up a little bit and work out a whole lot better. So that's what we're going to do with all the rest of the pieces as we finish them up. I wanted to show you that before we ran out of time, but time is not on our side today.
No, it never is. Never. How much are heat guns when you go to like a retail store or something like that? Normally, what like $30-$40?
Not even.
Oh, really? So they're cheaper than what you expected.
More like 10 to 15.
Oh, okay.
For a little cheap, but now they can get pricey. I've seen some that are real nice. I've seen some that have a stand on the back of them, so you flip them up and they just sit there and you can, get 2 hands on what it is that you're doing over the top there. Obviously, we don't have that.
So, for those that just, coming in and so forth like that, so basically, each episode is, we're talking about a design that we want to go ahead and do, and that's a terrible picture, but it's a design that we want to go ahead and do, and then from there, it's, each episode is a step-by-step process. So, in the beginning, you're going to see it's going to be written on paper, you're going to see the, sketch and everything, and then we move into the crafts, and then further on in development, hopefully by finalize, we'll be able to paint them, we'll actually put, some kind of decoration or otherwise on it, and we'll get to wear them on the show and see how it looks.
Next week is an off week, right?
Yes. Next week we'll be actually having a 2-hour special for our network mom, Chris Ritter, who is Gavin and Josh's mom. She recently passed away, and she's been here for 20, 30 years. And so we are doing a dedication for her. She's done a lot for us, and she is actually the reason why we became from Fanboy TV to Kaiju Labs Media Entertainment. And it's, that's why we decided to take a 2-week hiatus, because, she meant a lot to us.
Sure. And then after that, so we're going to do a thing for her next week. After that, we will be back on the air with some more combat. At that point, we will have everything cut, and we will move on to shaping and gluing. The rest of the facility loves us when we start gluing because of the fumes, but we're going to end here. You're going to keep going. We're going to end here. Get ready for Brad's Red Web after us and continue crafting.